Royals baseball from Chicago, Illinois. Game 2 tonight between the Royals and the White Sox. The Royals took Game 1 last night, 4-2. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the ballpark with Rex Hudler. I'm Ryan Lefevre. The Royals just completed a month of July where they had a lot more offense than they did in June. And when they were struggling in June, Hud, it was kind of hard to envision them breaking out of it using rookies hitting home runs.
Yeah, an unexpected source, no doubt about it. But if you ask Ned Yost, he'll tell you he'll take the runs any way he can get them. But this source, it's been nice to see. That's fresh. 22 home runs last 16 games by some of the young players. Congratulations to them. They have a home run book. But what that's doing, that's really helping the starting pitching. When a starting pitcher gets his run support, he has more confidence. It's nice to see.
And lately, it hasn't just been the home runs, but in particular, since the All-Star break, the Royals have also been stealing bases, with Whit Merrifield leading the way. Chicago, it should be a good night to hit. Lately, every night has been a good night to run. The Royals are tied for the major league lead with stolen bases since the break, with Whit Merrifield leading the way.
Yeah, he led the league last year in steals, and he very well could do it again. He's just a few behind the league leaders, but man, is it exciting to watch this young man take those bags. He's got a chance with his .360 on-base percentage.
Jacob Junis, who's from Illinois, has never pitched in Chicago before tonight. Dylan Covey for the Sox. Last night, the Royals played good defense. They pitched well, another scoreless outing for Danny Duffy, and got a pair of home runs from rookies, including Ryan O'Hearn's first major league home run. The lineups and the first pitch are coming up next. It is Grateful Dead night here in Chicago, and the late frontman Jerry Garcia would have turned 76 years old. Bud?
All right, I like it. Happy they are celebrating them. Great band.
Here's the Royals batting order. There are some changes in position, but the only personnel change would be Alcides Escobar's in there tonight. Jorge Bonifacio is not. And the Royals are facing right-hander Dylan Covey, and with that, we are ready to go. And Whit Merrifield, who swung at the first pitch last night, takes high and tight, ball one. Second time this year that the Royals have faced Covey. They beat him back in April at Kauffman Stadium in a doubleheader. He was outpitched by Eric Skoglund. That pitch is low, 2-0.
Yep, didn't give it to him. Royals keys, see him up. He's a sinker baller. When a sinker doesn't sink, it's up, it's highly flammable. Opponent's hitting 285. Find one you like and drive it. Now, my other key would have been to get that first pitch, because he's given up a 475 average on first pitches. But you know, Whitley, like he did last night, if you swing at a first pitch and pop it up, then you know the next time you got to take pitches. So sometimes that plays with the hitter's mind first time you face the guy. You don't necessarily want to swing at the first pitch.
Anderson backhands. He throws from the grass, and a sensational play for the guy who was pulled early last night for not hustling.
Boy, he couldn't have written that one up any better. Probably telling himself, hit the ball to me. Let me show what I got. And what he got there is beautiful. All the way on the fly. Perfect throw. Nice stretch by Abreu. That's a nice big league play. Defensively, Leury Garcia, 5'8". He's in his fourth year in the majors as center fielder. He's been impressive. He's played second, short, third. He's played all outfield positions. And then over there, Tim Anderson, why not? He just made a great play. But in 3 seasons with the Sox, he's made 344 starts. He's their shortstop of the future.
Alex Gordon had 2 hits last night and 5 hits over his last 4 games. One ball, one strike.
2-1. Alex is hitting .294 on this trip. The Royals are 2-3 so far through New York and Chicago. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dylan Covey was hit hard by the Angels on Thursday, but the start before that, he pitched 8 1/3 scoreless against Seattle. So a really good start followed by a really bad start.
Yeah, that's going to be typical for young starters, and our Royals fans are watching that as we're developing some of the young pitchers too. So it's typical, but they're wanting him to establish his sinker down. That's his main pitch. Trying to accentuate the positive.
Got in on his hands just enough, and Avisail Garcia makes a play. 2 down.
Well, that was a sinker up.
Salvador Perez has been red hot, white hot, lava hot.
Yep.
Which one, Bud?
All of them. Red hot, you know, that's plenty hot.
The White Sox last night slowed him down. He was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts.
He was in that fastball swinging mode, and James Shields says, I'm gonna hook you.
I don't think he got one hittable fastball all night last night.
Nope. That was a good one right there at 88.
Down and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Out over the plate, and Sally was just off balance enough to keep the ball in the ballpark. So Dylan Covey has a 1-2-3 top of the first inning. Jacob Junis, the Illinois native, pitches in Chicago for the first time in his career tonight. Jacob Junis. They have a lot of switch hitters, so Rick Renteria has his lineup against a lefty, and they faced Danny Duffy last night, and then his lineup against righties, which means Yoan Moncada and Yolmer Sanchez go from guys at the bottom of the order to the top of the order against Jacob Junis, who's pitching in Chicago for the first time. He is from Rock Falls, Illinois, which is about 115 miles from Guaranteed Rate Field, and Joel was just telling me that Jacob has about 200 friends and family here tonight, and that's a frustrating beginning to his evening. Yoan Moncada on his first pitch homers to right field, and Junis gives up his 26th home run of the year. That ties for the major league lead.
Moncada, he's got pop. Now that's his 14th home run. He was obviously hunting first pitch fastball. 91 down the middle. Junis will put that in his memory bank for another time.
Back with a strike to Yolmer Sanchez, who hit 8th last night but was on base 3 times.
Junis will just have to put that away. Let it go. Starting new again. Then he'll have to mix in some sliders. Okay? Slide him under the bats. That's his key. That's a really good pitch for him when it's moving down. 157 opponent average. But so far, they're hitting the straight ones.
A home run and now a double. And the question will be, can Junis get into situations where he can use his slider to put the White Sox away? And with his problems, he has lost his last 8 decisions. And if there's one pitch that stands out, Hud, it's the way the league's been hitting his fastball.
Yeah, and you know, he's got to be able to be careful where he locates that, especially early now. But it's hard for every pitcher, whether you're young or old, to get it going in the first inning, seeing what pitches are working, which ones are not. Last 9 starts, he's been missing in the middle too much.
Jose Abreu, and Junis stays with his fastball, strike 1. Abreu had 2 hits and a walk and a run scored last night.
If they're on his fastball, Salvador Perez is going to have to start mixing them up a little bit right away. I mean, you'd like to establish your fastball, but if you're not locating it, mix in some changeups and sliders.
Might have gotten away with one there. Abreu pops it up. Mondesi makes a 2-hand grab, 1 away.
Royals forward around the horn. Royals defense will show you. Since Alex Gordon's moved to the outfield in 2010, he's made outfield assists more than any other player, 90 to be specific. Played in a big game last night, his 1,500. Mondesi making his 9th start at second base. He has 15 starts at short. They're working him in both spots.
One away, and now Daniel Palka, and he'll roll it to first. It stays fair for Duda. Sanchez goes to third, 2 down. Let's take another look at Moncada's first pitch home run. StatCast AI, powered by AWS.
Yep, 23-degree launch angle. I mean, he was waiting for it and he got it just right. Had topspin on it.
Well, if Junis can get Avisail Garcia 1 run in this inning, won't look that bad when your first pitch ends up on the other side of the wall and then the next guy doubles. There's a good slider in for a strike to Garcia. He was 1 for 5 last night. We were talking about him last night. We'll see how it plays out with Junis' slider. He's a very good breaking ball hitter, and that time he chased one out of the strike zone. 0-2. Make a mistake with a breaking ball to this guy and he will punish you. A .645 slugging percentage on breaking balls, second only to the Braves' Freddie Freeman. And that was down and out of the strike zone. So Junis recovers after the first pitch home run and the double as the White Sox strand Sanchez at third.
Ryan O'Hearn, what will he do after that incredible debut last night? Welcome back to Guaranteed Rate Field. Joel Goldberg down by the Royals dugout, and while O'Hearn said he didn't sleep very well the couple of games leading up to last night, he said he slept like a baby, just fine last night. Called it the best day he has ever had on a baseball field, and of course, he now has the baseball. Hud said, I had to go and figure out exactly what happened with everything in the bullpen. So here's the deal, guys. Brandon Maurer was the key negotiator. He went over to that fan. That fan, with other fans around him, were starting to make more demands, saying, hey, get some jerseys. See if you can get a night at the team hotel. And Maurer and the guys said that he came to his senses and said, look, this is a big moment. He exchanged it for a couple of autographed balls. And then Maurer went to work and signed what was the fake home run ball and put it in his locker. He addressed it to Brian, not Ryan. That was intentional. But guys, I think one of the really cool things about this is that every member of the bullpen, including Coach Vance Wilson, with the exception of Jason Hamill, was a teammate at some point of O'Hearn's. They said there were goosebumps out there. And you know, you guys know pitchers and position players don't always hang out. They said that O'Hearn is one of their favorites. They absolutely loved last night.
And Ned Yost doesn't like to use a young hitter as a designated hitter. That's a position designed more for a veteran, but it worked out well for Ryan last night. The thinking being, making his big league debut, he only had to worry about one thing last night. That was swinging the bat.
Yep, you made a good point about there's no hitting cage in the back there, so he's just going to go up there, watch the game, watch what the opponent Shields was doing with the other hitters. Man, he did something a lot of hitters didn't do. Went deep in his first hit, and that's really special, no doubt.
Duda got a pitch out over the plate and hits it hard to left, and Delmonico runs up to make the play. And now Covey will get Rosell Herrera.
That was a good at-bat by Duda. He was on some pitches.
Rosell was 1 for 4 last night. Got his batting average up to 275. He has hit a little over 380 in his last 8 games. But in his last 4 in our Kia Drive to Success, 471. With his first big league home run, that was Sunday at New York, and 4 RBIs.
Like how he's resting that bat on his shoulders, keeping everything loose. He's taking some really good swings. I was talking to his hitting coach Terry Bradshaw today about, I said, what kind of hitter what do you like in him? He says his body language exudes confidence. He's a confident player. That's important when you go up to the plate. It's your first time through the league. He likes to swing, obviously. He's very productive from both sides of the plate, but that's the other intangible that your opponents can sense: body language.
Change of speed and an easy play for Abreu. 2 outs. Dylan Covey is 26 years old. White Sox got him out of the A's organization a couple of years ago in the Rule 5 draft. Originally signed by the A's in 2013 out of the University of San Diego. Brett Phillips with 2 down, nobody on. Mentioned Covey's start against the Royals back in April. Gave up 4 runs in 6 innings. In that same game, Eric Skoglund gave up 1 run in 7 innings and struck out 9, and the Royals won that game 5-2. Brett Phillips got his first hit as a Royal last night. He hit a 2-run home run, scoring Ryan O'Hearn, who had walked right in front of him.
Yep, that was one of the highlights in our open. Wow, that's a high strike.
Man.
Ooh. Didn't like that one.
That'll make Junis and Salvador Perez happy.
Let's hope. Goes both ways. Miller Lite, look forward to the whole true moment later in tonight's game. There will be a moment.
"11 pitches, 11 strikes thrown by Jacob Junis. His first pitch of the game was hit over the wall in right field by Yoan Moncada. That's a late breaking hard slider. 0-2. Garcia's hitting .279 altogether this year, but .421 against the Royals. That includes going 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts, so he was really wearing out the Royals before last night.
Yeah, you know, I was talking with Greg Sparks, the assistant hitting coach of the White Sox, about Garcia. I said, you know, this guy, we've been watching him now. This is his 4th year. We've been seeing him in your uniform, and he's gotten better and better each year. And he told me it's because he knows who he is. How many times do we hear that? He knows what kind of player he is. He's not just swinging for the fences. He's trying to go line to line, use the ball, spray the ball around. And some young players that we're seeing now aren't really sure who they are.
Staying within yourself. Something we like to use a lot, in particular in sports, and you just described that very well.
Thank you.
Not trying to be somebody you are not.
So, you know, if he started out the season hitting 5, 6, 7 home runs, then he would start believing he's a power hitter, but he's just going to spray the ball around.
Escobar throws out Garcia, so he's 0 for 6 in the series. 1 away in the 2nd inning. Help us celebrate the Royals' first World Series title with the 1985 World Series Champions Replica Trophy giveaway presented by Old Dominion. The first 15,000 fans through the gates on Saturday, August 11th will receive the replica trophy before watching the Royals take on the Cardinals. So I guess just to rub it in a little bit, that's a 6:15 game. Royals.com to purchase your tickets. My instincts tell me that is not a coincidence.
Yeah, it's a good promo. I like it. Timely.
I'm being told that Don Denkinger will be there.
Outstanding.
Yeah. Probably have him throw out the first pitch, and who knows, maybe they'll have a statue made for him. 1-2 on Nicky Delmonico.
It's possible.
He's from Iowa, isn't he? Don Dinkinger? Two balls, two strikes. Mickey Delmonico is recently back from the disabled list. He was hit on the hand by a pitch thrown by the Rangers' Matt Moore and broke his hand, his right hand. That was back in the middle of May. So his bottom hand, which is exposed, especially the back part of the hand. Still 2-2. Got the call. Delmonico doesn't like it, but it appeared to be on the edge of the strike zone. That's Junis' second strikeout.
Yeah, nicely done. Slider. There it is. Outer half. And Delmonico, you got to go.
And now Junis has thrown 24 pitches, 20 strikes.
Look at Salvi doing some master framework back there.
Herrera with a diving attempt. Escobar was right there. So two guys playing together for the first time on the left side of the infield. And if Herrera doesn't leave his feet, that's a pretty routine play for Esky.
Yep, you can't blame him. He wants everything hit at him. And most shortstops, now he would have landed in his webbing, but his glove was turned. It hit the outside of his glove. He measured it up, just didn't have his glove turned right.
So that extends the inning. Here's number 9 hitter and catcher Kevin Smith, batting over 300. Seemed like a big blow when the White Sox lost their everyday catcher Wellington Castillo to a suspension, but Kevin Smith and Omar Narvaez really picked it up.
Kevin Smith more of an offensive catcher.
There goes Anderson. Salvi from a knee, and it's right on the money.
Woohoo! What a beauty. Anderson, he can steal. He's looking for his 22nd steal of the year. Salvi said, you can't steal on me, because Junis gave him a good time home. He's able to get the ball to Salvi quickly, and then Salvi, with the fact that he's dropped to the knee and put that ball on the first base side of the bag, was beautiful. You are out. Look at that. What a transfer from glove to hand.
Ryan O'Hearn takes low from Dylan Covey. Last night in his first big league at bat, he grounded out to first. And then in his second big league at bat, hit a 2-run home run to right against James Shields. 2 balls and no strikes are Kubota power stats. And with this home run, he became the 3rd Royal to hit a home run in his first major league game, joining Clint Hurdle in '77 and Mark Quinn, who hit 2 in his first big league game in 1999 against the
Angels.
The
mighty Quinn.
Yep.
Wow. Hey, I agree with Monty. This will be a trivia question. He will one of these years coming up. Okay, take a 4-pitch walk.
And in addition to his home run last night, he had a walk, setting up Brett Phillips' 2-run home run. Leadoff man on against Covey, bringing up Alcides Escobar, who played on defense last night. Esky came on in the bottom of the 8th inning, made a nice play in front of the White Sox dugout. Escobar is 0 for his last 14. Drops his average down below 200. Ball, 1 strike. And he told you recently that he's going to start bunting more.
And he has. He's been showing it a lot. And that's good for him. He needs to get back there. You know, if he can get 3, 4 the rest of the way here, that's going to help his average a lot. And brings those infielders in. That was the most important part of bunting, really, is to bring the infielders in. 3rd baseman, 1st baseman, because you get a pitch you can handle. That's an easy double by the guy.
He's ahead in the count, 2-1. Kevin Smith's going to go out and have a chat with Covey, who set down the first 6 Royals. And then he walked O'Hearn on 4 straight to begin the 3rd and has fallen behind Escobar 2-1. And when the White Sox get together on the mound, they get together on the mound. The entire infield comes in to listen in on the conversation.
It's a meeting, but I guarantee you, Smith probably talked about Escobar, and even though our ballpark is a launching pad, he's not going to hurt you. Keep the ball down and throw some strikes to it. He doesn't have a lot of power, but maybe Escobar will see him up, look for a sinker. O'Hearn, he's not a base clogger as far as a runner goes. He's a good athlete, so he's being a little cautious with his lead, though.
Three and 1. Covey has missed with 7 of his 8 pitches in this inning. And walks are a bit of an issue for him this year. He's walking about 1 every 2 innings.
Make it hurt. If it's one you like, drive it.
Back-to-back walks. Now Covey will get Mondesi. But before he digs in, pitching coach Don Cooper is going to go out and have a chat. And they'll talk about a number of things: a bunt, how to pitch to Mondesi, and if Mondesi puts the ball on the ground, where to go. Our Toyota League leaders 30 feet per second in baseball is considered elite speed, and Mondesi is right there behind Byron Buxton, Delino DeShields, Adam Engel, the White Sox. Engel is not in the lineup tonight. And then Mondesi and Malik Smith. Major league average is 27 feet per second.
Yeah, that's elite speed, and it's nice to have a guy like him at the bottom of the order to go along with your speed at the top. In a sense, you have a couple of guys back to back that can run. We'll see. He might try to drop one down.
And if he does, he may try and bunt for a base hit.
It's possible if you look at the defensive alignment. Moncada, you see the second baseman, he is going over here. So in a sense, he could put a little bunt right down right there, and it's wide open. And they'd be loaded up.
That's a habit he's gonna. They're gonna say that it hit him out of the batter's box.
Yep, that's what they're gonna say. Whitley's pointing to Ned on the on-deck circle, saying they're gonna replay that if they can. What happened?
Or maybe not.
Well, he just said he made the out call. So let me see. He's in the box right here. He's not out of the box. He's right in the box. I don't know why he would even call him out.
I think maybe there was some discussion whether it hit. I think the home plate umpire, Will Little, was saying that it hit the bat first because it eventually hit his back foot.
Looked like to me he called him out.
That wasn't a very good pitch to bunt. It's a habit he's going to have to break. At some point, Mondesi is going to realize how fast he is, and he doesn't need to be bunting and running at the same time. But on a few occasions, in trying to put down a bunt, at the last moment thinking he can get his feet started before he gets the bunt down.
Yep, part of his development. He'll get better at it as he goes along.
And bunting with 2 strikes. And it wasn't a great bunt, and now it's bobbled over at first base by Moncada. So the bunt went back to the mound. There may have been a play at third base, but Covey decided to take the easy out, which was anything but an easy out. And the Royals have the bases loaded, nobody out.
That's a nice job. Look, he's such a good bunter with 2 strikes. It's not out of the question. Look at the stance. I like it. Look at the knees bent. That's perfect. You always, as a hitter, want to get down ball level and keep the barrel above the hands and get it down. Covey, no way he was going to be able to throw him out at third base. And Moncada, he just didn't focus. That's an easy pick right there. He looked up, didn't see the ball into his glove. Now the Royals need to make it hurt.
Fastball strike to Witt. He grounded out to Anderson, who made an outstanding play to begin the game. Blocked by Smith. 1 ball, 1 strike. A 4-pitch walk, then another walk, then a sacrifice error 1 to load him up.
Whitley's due for a hit with the bases loaded this year. He's 0 for 3 with them loaded. Sure would be a nice pick-me-up for Jake Junis.
One and 2. Alex Gordon is on deck, batting second for a second straight game.
Whit would like to have that pitch back. Turn on it. They're playing him to the opposite field. Big gaping hole in left center.
2-2.
You know, I'm not seeing a definite sink to Covey's sinker. And they're both, the sinker and the four-seamer, are the same speed.
Three balls, 2 strikes.
Sinker, slider, and then, you know, there's the curve. He's got a four-seamer that barely used hardly, but 118 average on that split. That's a pitch not used that often, but he'll think about using it when he has 2 strikes on a hitter.
And he got Witt to chase one down and away, and the White Sox turn a double play. Well, you talk about the key to pitching is making pitches. And his best pitch of the inning results in a 1-2-3 double play.
Let's see what pitch he threw right there. Like a sinker down. Too close to take, but Whitley tried to pull it. Maybe Alex can come through.
And I think, like you were saying, if there's a pitch that's going to nag him from that at bat, it was the fastball that was up and in that he fouled away.
94.
So now the Royals need a 2-out hit with 2 in scoring position. Inside for ball 1. Alex flied out to right field in the first inning.
This is what Whitley hopes is a pick-me-up at bat right here. Four for 12 with a homer off Covey is Gordon. He's 1 for 6. Alex is with them loaded, but they're not loaded. Has a chance to chip one in there, though.
Out over the plate, left center field, slicing away from Garcia, and Alex Gordon comes through. A 2-out, 2-run double, and the Royals do make something out of the gift base runners, and they take a 2-1 lead.
No one happier than Whitley. That's a pick-me-up in a big way. 93, that's looking for the sinker up. Talked about it at the beginning of the game. For the Royals to beat Covey, they got to get him up. Look up in the zone. Excellent placement.
Salvador Perez grounds it to the right side. Moncada handled a bad hop, and that ends the inning. So the Royals had the bases loaded, nobody out. Covey got a big double play, but then Alex Gordon drives in 2. On Fox Sports Kansas City is brought to you by the Missouri Lottery. Every ticket played gives back to Missouri schools. So play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. And by Chevrolet, the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall. Find yours at your Kansas City area Chevy dealers. After a big double play, Alex Gordon drives in 2 with 2 outs, getting Escobar and Mondesi to the plate. And now Jacob Junis pitches with the lead. On his first pitch tonight, Yohan Moncada hit a home run to right. And then Sanchez followed with a double. And then Junis went on to retire 5 in a row. Kevin Smith was at the plate with 2 down in the second inning when Anderson tried to steal second. Salvador Perez gunned him down, so Smith leads off the third.
And a few bonus pitches. I guarantee you, though, Whitley, at some point, if he hasn't already, he's going to tell Alex, way to pick me up.
Herrera throws out Smith, 1 down.
So important, big part of the game.
What's that worth? Is that a
pick me up
a stake?
That's no. That's just a hey. You know what? I should have done the job and I didn't. You did. You picked me up now. I mean, it goes around. So Alex probably sometimes say, hey, you know, you picked me up plenty of times this year, so we're even.
I think you should get a stake out of it.
Well, you know, Whitley, he would certainly pay Alex for that. He'd pay it back. Alex would love it.
Junis goes with the first pitch slider this time to Moncada.
Okay, let's see right here. There you go. Okay. Would pick me up.
Well, unfortunately we had to cut away there because the pitch was coming in, but Witt then said, do you want a ribeye or a fillet? Jammed him this time, and it gets past Mondesi. Moncada with a fastball in the first inning, homer to right. And Junis actually got it in on him, but a well-placed ground ball is a 1-out single.
Perfectly placed. 4-seamer in.
Moncada's 2 for 2. It was his error that helped the Royals get 2 in the top half of this inning. Sanchez doubled up the right field line in the first. That was after Moncada's home run, so he was at second base with nobody out, but Junis was able to pitch through that. Ball 1 outside. One and one. Moncada over at first base has 11 stolen bases. White Sox have 5 different players with 10 or more stolen bases. That's the most in the major leagues. And there he goes. Salvi down to second, just a little bit off the line, but Alcides Escobar brings the tag across the bag, and at least for now, Moncada is out. But he wants his team to take another look.
Salvador Perez, he has a lot of petrol on it. And that means he throws it really hard. Ooh, I don't know that. Maybe he tagged that left hand before that right hand got in there. It's close.
Question being, if you're the White Sox, can you prove that he got the right hand in? Rick Renteria says no.
Let's take a look at this look here now. Escobar, You'd like to straddle the bag, but for some reason, Escobar, Mondesi, they take it in front of the base. But as long as you can get the glove on him, yeah, he's out. As long as you can get that glove on him right there, doesn't matter where you stand. Just get the out.
Salvi's thrown out 2. And now 2 down. Sanchez at the plate, nobody on. Sliced up the line. Foul.
You know, the reason for straddling the bag is that you let the ball carry further towards the base, and then you catch it and just drop the tag on it. So it's almost, in a sense, it's a little bit quicker than the sweep tag, what they're doing. But see, either way, as long as you're getting the out.
So you're saying it's faster to let the ball do the work instead of catching it out in front and then you having to do the work, bringing the glove
Exactly.
back.
You let the ball carry a little bit further because the velocity on that ball is going to get there, and then you catch it and just take it down. But outs and out. That's Salvi nailing 2 runners tonight. That's going to up that 43%.
Swing and a miss, and it hit Sanchez. I think the Royals, that's a dead ball if it hits Sanchez. Now the umpires are going to get together and talk about it. Did the ball hit Salvador Perez and kick up the third base line, or did it hit Sanchez and kick up the third base line? And that clearly got his back leg.
Yep. Out.
So he's out. There is no advance. Strikeout, wild pitch, and the ball hits the batter. So another caught stealing means Junis faces only 3 in the third.
Historic 2015 World Series Championship with a Gold Threads replica jersey giveaway on Sunday, August 12th. Presented by Fox Sports Kansas City. The first 15,000 fans through the gates will receive a giveaway before rooting on the boys in blue when they host the Cardinals at 1:15. Tickets available at Royals.com. Salvador Perez upping his mark of throwing runners out from 43 to 47% by nailing a couple runners.
One of them from his knees.
Yeah, and a couple of nice tags by Mondesi and Escobar.
Duda lined out to left after working a 3-2 count in the second inning.
Can't see it.
That time of night, but Garcia out in center field makes the play. Speaking of Salvi, it's time for Built for Baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile.
Wow, the release point is really something. Mondesi, he was there in plenty of time. This ball's a little bit on the shortstop side of the base, but Eske, as it tailed back in, he's able to nab him. Excellent throw. And tag.
I would say Salvador Perez was built for baseball. That's an accurate description.
Without a doubt.
Covey got Herrera to reach for a changeup in the second inning, and he hooked a ground ball to first. 2 balls, no strikes. Royals got their 2 runs on Alex Gordon's 2-out, 2-run double in the third. Now off the end of the bat, over to Sanchez at third. And Abreu moves into foul territory to receive that throw. 2 down. Covey walked O'Hearn, then he walked Escobar, then he made an error. And the Royals had the bases loaded, nobody out in the third, but then he buckled down and got a nice double play with Merrifield at the plate. 1, 2, 3, but Alex Gordon picked up the Royals with the 2-run double. And now Phillips is almost hit by a slider. Brett struck out on a high fastball in the second inning. And that stroke to left center field. Slicing. Delmonico is back, and it's off the wall. Brett Phillips has a 2-out double.
Bo Lottery replay will show you he hit the gap with authority. That ball was smoked. Man, he barreled it. Look at the head position. Nice head position. Right on it. Perfect form.
So his second Royals hit is a double. And he's on for Ryan O'Hearn. That's the first strike to O'Hearn tonight. Ryan took a 4-pitch walk in the third inning. Oh and 2. Wanted a high fastball. He almost threw that one into the net. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still 1 and 2.
A lot of sinkers up tonight. Covey, I don't think he's overthrowing, but his release point is a little bit behind his lower half, leaving him up in the zone.
There's mom and dad. Another foul ball.
Staying right up there. It's what you do. Battle him until he makes the mistake. That's what you hope for. Then look for it.
Phillips doubled with 2 outs. Royals got their 2 runs tonight with 2 outs. 2 and 2. Ryan O'Hearn seemed to be looking up at the scoreboard there. In between pitches, they have his numbers at AAA Omaha, where he played exactly 100 games. No swing. So from 0-2 to 3-2. O'Hearn last year had a good year, and he impressed the Royals at spring training this year, so he was probably hoping for more than that. A .232 batting average, 11 home runs, 52 driven in.
Gonna see if he can do something with a second chance here. Pitching coach for the White Sox, Donnie Cooper, wasn't happy. He was giving Ted Barrett an earful. Ted just has a stern look, and he was just stared at him. Two-out RBI would be large.
And a base hit left field. Phillips is going to be waved home. Here's Delmonico's throw. It is late, and the Royals get another run with 2 outs. Phillips doubles, O'Hearn singles him home. Ryan goes to second on the throw home, and fist bumps and high fives in the O'Hearn family section. The Royals lead 3-1.
Okay, pitch sequence. Check it out how they're working him up in the zone here. All these pitches up. Now they're going to stay up there. Kevin Smith, the catcher, he's saying, all right, we can get him. Okay, fouled it off. Little 94. Again, this is what you do. Heck, he's battling. He's competing in the at-bat, waiting for the cookie. Nope, he didn't go there. Looked like he could have. Ah, man, he slapped it to that 94 in that hole. And Phillips, you know, he's got excellent speed. Jerf's not going to stop him.
And now Escobar will try and get O'Hearn home. Esky took a walk and scored.
Ned might have found him a designated hitter for a few more games,
which he did a lot of at AAA, so it won't be a big adjustment for him. Ground ball and a nice play by Abreu to Covey in time. So that saved a run, but O'Hearn with 2 outs. It's Phillips to the plate, and the Royals lead by 2 to the bottom of the 4th.
Against the White Sox was to keep that slider down, slide him under the bat, and that's what he's been doing. Pulling out that slider. Opponent's only hitting 157 off of that this season. Nicely done so far.
Remember, he had a start right after the All-Star break against Minnesota. Remember, 2 batters into the game, he allowed a run and just pulled it together after that.
Yeah.
And he only went 4 because of a pitch count. Well, tonight his first pitch was a home run, then a double, but no run since.
You know, and I asked him after that last start, how important is run support? When your offense comes back and gives you some runs, he said, that's huge for my confidence. I'm telling myself I'm going to execute my pitches and keep the lead. It's his job.
Abreu, left center field, and Merrifield runs it down. That ball just hung up forever, and Witt took full advantage and runs it down in deep left center field.
I asked Whitley before the game today, was it a big adjustment going to center field after second? He said, just like riding a bike. How about that? When you have speed, that really overcomes any route you might take that's not right. Excellent job there getting to the ball.
I asked Ned Yost, you've got Whit Merrifield, you've got Brett Phillips, you've got Brian Goodwin, who's on the disabled list right now, Rosell Herrera. How do you decide who your center fielder is going to be? And tongue-in-cheek, he said, well, I just flip a coin.
It's not that easy.
It's about keeping, for now, the center fielder's legs fresh. Phillips was out there last night, and now he brings it down in right field. And at the same time, it gives him the opportunity to get a long look, or at least multiple looks at Witt, Phillips, Goodwin when he comes back, and Herrera.
Yep, 56 games after tonight. That's a nice little sample size of what these kids can do against the world's greatest competition.
Right to Witt. So a hard play and then a routine play. And Junis has a 1-2-3-4.
A very young team, including Adalberto Mondesi, who's coming to the plate. So that changes a little bit the way the coaches go about things. Talking to Vance Wilson today, he said that it's so different in the minors because in the minors, even when they struggle, they're going to play every single day, and maybe they get a little bit comfortable in that role. But here in the big leagues, they need to learn how to produce. That's going to include growing pains, but the whole goal is building them to that point, dealing with failure, and they might not be in there every single day. And then talking to Mike Jerschley about it, he said that what really helps them is that the system, their coaches, the instructors and the minors do such a good job of teaching these kids the relays and the fundamentals, that really one of the biggest challenges now is having versatile players like the Mondesies, where they've got to work them out at different positions, get them those reps, but be very careful with young guys not to burn them out. This is very much a process, and one the coaches really enjoy, the teaching aspect.
And the players love it. They love working at it. But he's right. The player, he'll go till his tongue drags on the ground. It's up to the coach to understand, hey, all right, that's enough. We're going to take 20 balls. I want you to take them all like a game.
That's kind of a new way of thinking. I mean, in your era and before, it was all about, you know, well, I play every day. You know, I don't get tired. Put me out, I play every day. That's my job. And I think we're just certain sleep studies and rest studies now show that, you know, taking a day off here or there is better for the long run physically, and getting to Joel's point, you know, for a young player mentally, you know, play a few games and kind of sit back, process what you learn, watch the game, watch the guys that have been doing this for a long time at this level. Right? I mean, when you played, everyday guys weren't, you know, talking about getting a day off. It was kind of like a badge of honor, wasn't it?
Yeah, but you know what? It's all about the practice. It's not practice makes perfect. Look at that one. Is he going to try him? It's good because Garcia has a good throwing arm. It's perfect practice makes perfect, and that's what you do. And I learned from Cal Ripken Jr. that it's not volume, it's not the 150, it's the 25 to 30 you do just like you're going to do in the game and get done and get out.
And maybe that's why, another reason why today's player, you have to force him to take some time off, because I mean the amount of time that they work out even on a game day with the lifting and the extra hitting.
Yeah, every ballpark has an indoor cage now, and so they'll come at 12 o'clock. We used to all show up at 3 o'clock, take a little BP and done, but now they're hitting, you know, when they have a little extra time in their locker room, they're gonna go, I'm gonna go hit. So you got to kind of watch them. That's a good little swing there by Merrifield. He wants to rip off a base. If he gets a good opportunity, he needs to go.
Well, he's been doing a lot of that. He is back to third in the league and 2 behind Jose Ramirez and D. Gordon. He has 6 stolen bases since the All-Star break. That's the most in baseball. And the next runner Kevin Smith throws out will be his first.
Yep, and you know, we talk about stealing it off the pitcher. Well, runners are 14 for 17 versus Covey in his career. So he doesn't take, I mean, he takes a lot of time getting the ball home, and he's not going to get any help from Kevin Smith, like you said. Which really quick on his takeoffs. He's got that oven mitt on his left hand because that's the hand that he goes to the bag with. Down at second base, goes for the far corner, the left field side of that corner of the base. Doesn't want to jam his fingers. Now
it used to be you're not going to pitch out 2 in a row. So this would be a good time to go. But as I said, that's what used to be.
Yeah, Whitley probably under his breath said, I don't run on pitch outs anyway. Good time to go.
2-1. Alex Gordon back in the 3rd inning. Hit a 2-out 2-run double, which was huge because the Royals had the bases loaded and nobody out, and Covey got a double play, 1-2-3. So the inning was almost ruined, but Alex Doubled in Escobar and Mondesi. And then O'Hearn, with 2 outs in the 4th inning, singled in Phillips. They're going to try and jam Alex with a fastball. There goes Witt. The pitch is inside, and Witt is safe. So the league is 27 out of 27 against Kevin Smith.
Yep, that's another element of our open tonight. We talked about the steals, mainly Whitley. He is on the move. 24th, way to go. He's only been caught 5 times. Starts to slide a little bit soon, though. Sometimes that'll slow you down, but he got there with plenty of time. The importance, keep the rest of your body on the bag. Your belly, your legs, because you overslide, they still can put that tag on you.
7 stolen bases in his last 9 with Merrifield. Alex was out in front. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Anderson made a move from shortstop over to second base, so Covey backs off the rubber with his shortstop out of position.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too much to think of if you're Covey. He's struggling with command. 3-2 count here. Alex, look him up again. Up in the zone. Oh, didn't want it.
With a walk. It's Covey's 3rd.
Let's go back and take a look at Whitley's 24th steal. Statcast. Taking off. Look at that. Straight line. Sprint speed. 29.2. Major league average is 27.8, but anything at 30 is elite speed.
Salvador Perez, who was one of the hottest things going in the major leagues through Sunday, is 0 for 6 in this series. Fastball for a strike.
A little surprised he didn't swing at that. He normally does. Now Alex Gordon, with Abreu, the first baseman, playing way off the base, Alex can get a 20-foot lead, but his focus is on Whitley. To stay out of a possible double play, Salvi hits into a few. He wants to go if Whitley goes. He's studying it.
One and one. He is flied to center and grounded out to second. He is still driven in 19 in his last 17 games. Didn't mean to do it. 1 and 2. 81 pitches thrown by Covey. Xavier Cedeno is the first to warm up in the White Sox bullpen. Out over the plate, pulled to Sanchez, and Moncada once again did not concentrate on the ball. It's another error and another Royals run. That's the second time tonight on a catchable ball that Moncada took the throw for granted, or at least took catching the ball for granted, and the Royals get another run courtesy of the White Sox.
Wow. That's a routine catch. What a play right here. Sanchez, man, that's too bad that Moncada couldn't just catch a routine ball.
Thinking about the second out before he got the first.
That's
out.
right. Alex went down from feet in front of the base. I don't know why, but he was able to get up and scramble to third base with less than 2 outs. A chance for another opportunity to score.
And now Duda with a soft liner to left. That's down. So Alex comes down from third. Duda drives in a run, and the Royals lead 5-1 in the 5th inning.
Taking advantage of the opponent's mistake. Nicely done. How many times did we see Royals offenses do this in 14 and 15? The opponent made a miscue, they made him pay. Nice little Duda doinker here. He earned that because he hit a couple of balls good today.
And that'll do it for Dylan Covey. His lack of control and lack of defense leads to a pitching change with 1 down in the 5th inning. They have 2 on, 1 out. Parents and grandparents, it's not too late to purchase the perfect gift for your young Royals fans. Purchase the 2018 Sluggers Blue Crew box for just $30. Membership includes a jersey, a cap, a drawstring bag, 2 compression sleeves, 2 home game ticket vouchers, and more. Royals.com/Blue Crew. Xavier Cedeno comes on with 2 on, 1 out. And he gets Rosell Herrera batting right-handed. And Rosie takes outside, ball 1. He has grounded out twice as a left-hand batter tonight.
Cedeno has a cutter with his fastball, curveball, changeup. 87 and 92, not overpowering. He's a finesse lefty. Keep the line moving. Get as much as you can.
One and 1. Salvador Perez reached on what could have been an inning-ending double play, and then Lucas Duda drove in a run with a single. 2-1. Lined just fair inside the line. That ball was hooking, and it bounces over the wall for a double. Rosell Herrera drives in Salvador Perez. And the failure to turn the double play has been a dagger to the White Sox in this inning.
Rosie turning on that inside fastball. That looked like it was a little breaker there. 86. That was a little slider or a cutter. And Rosie gets him another double. Too bad it didn't stay in. Might have scored Duda. We'll see. They're keeping the line moving.
I will guarantee you, Rex Hudler, guarantee you, this is the 5th inning. Denny Matthews is calling the game on radio right now. I've heard him say it 1,000 times. It's not the double plays you do turn, it's the ones you don't.
You're probably right.
Pitch was high. 1 ball, 1 strike on Phillips. This has been a problem for the White Sox for a while. White Sox and the A's in particular. It seems like every year, and this goes back 5 years ago, always among the league leaders in a category you do not want to be a part of, and that is most errors. Remember, Robin Ventura took over as White Sox manager in 2012. He was a good defensive third baseman.
Yeah, he was.
Won a bunch of Gold Gloves. And the White Sox had problems defensively before 2012, but they cleaned up their defense. They almost went to the playoffs that year in 2012, but in 2013 they had more problems on defense, and they have the 2nd most errors this year in the American League. Only the Rangers have more. Phillips chased one down in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Got to catch the ball. That's very important in winning games. And the teams, the offensive teams, seem to capitalize on those mistakes. 2 strikes. Phillips can shorten up, see if he can put the ball in play. Sometimes his swing gets a little long.
Full count. Ryan O'Hearn is on deck.
That's one of the things that Phillips will have to work on, is not over swinging, but because he's going to get a lot of reps and playing every day, he should be able to handle that. He's a really good athlete, has very good hands, and he'll find out who he is soon.
Line base hit right field. Duda scores, and holding up at third base, Herrera. Garcia has a strong arm in right field, and Brett Phillips. That's his 2nd hit, and now the Royals have 4 in the 5th inning, and they lead by 6.
Want to know who he is? That's who he is. That was a controlled swing. And that's a little cutter that didn't cut much, and it's elevated. Look at the control swing, the head position. Like it a lot. Good swing.
So I remember you saying many times that when you're a part-time player, there's a tendency to want to over-impress.
Get big.
So eventually he'll get rid of that part-time swing.
He will. And soon. I mean, like now. Nice start to his career. Speaking of that, how about this guy here? Acts like he's been here his whole life.
He looks, as they say, with a new term, hitterish at the plate.
That's right.
No balls, 2 strikes. O'Hearn walked in the 3rd inning, and then with 2 outs was behind in the count, got to a full count, and then singled to left, scoring Phillips. And now right here, try to avoid a strikeout, at least get the ball in play and get Herrera down from third. One and two.
So there's no need for O'Hearn to be over aggressive now. That home run that he hit for his first hit last night, that took care of any anxiousness at all. He's already here. He's arrived. Now he can sit in his game here, see if he can have a night. Another one.
Got the call. 2 down.
Cedeno just got the edge. They were sitting up away. And he got the call.
I mean, he missed the target. He missed the strike zone. But he got the call. And now Escobar, the 9th man to come up in the inning. If the White Sox handle the baseball on defense, the Royals send 4 to the plate in this inning. And now the ball rolls behind Smith. Here's Herrera. And again, one teammate picks up another. O'Hearn is not able to put the ball in play with 2 strikes. But the ball gets away from the catcher. And Herrera dashes down from third to make it an 8-1 game.
I tell you, watching Rosie on the bases, he is aggressive. He's excellent at reading balls in the dirt. Now he's able to come home with no problem here. That's going to be a pass ball.
Escobar to right field, but it stays up for Garcia. 9 come to the plate, 5 cross home plate, and the Royals lead 8-1 to the bottom of the 5th inning. Kansas City is brought to you by Pizza Ranch. Hungry for legendary pizza and chicken? It's Pizza Ranch for the win. It is a beautiful night. It's been a beautiful 3 days since the Royals have been here, going back to the day off on Monday. And the Royals are happy with what's going on the field. They won 4-2 last night, and now they have an 8-1 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jacob Junis will take a lead like this anytime, but sometimes a long inning can throw a pitcher's rhythm off, so we'll see how he handles the first 2 batters in this inning. It's 2-1.
A lead like this, he doesn't have to be too fine. He can go out and throw, be relaxed, trust his defense, and keep his focus.
And he gets a fly ball to left field. Alex Gordon takes care of Larry Garcia, 1 away. Fox Sports Kansas City, KJO 1055 and Suddenlink are bringing St. Joe's best fans of the K on the Rays Royal Fan Express on August 11th. For more information, go to Royals.com/Fan Express.
Well, you know, just to verify the knowledge that you have of your Hall of Fame partner on the radio side, I hadn't made a visit over there in a while, and I walked over there and I said, Denny, it's not the double plays that they turn. It's the, before I could get the, it's the, he said, I just said that.
I told you.
I know you did. Look at Duda.
A backhand flip.
He's
over
all
to
over
Junis.
the place, man. I'll tell you what, he's fun to watch. This guy's got excellent footwork. Nicely done. He did everything he could to surround that ball and make a play for Junis. A little backhand card flip.
Yeah, you could get caught up with the dive and the slide and foul ground. How about the difficulty of that flip?
He's like a middle infielder. It's 245 pounds. No wonder they kept him. I'm glad they did. I hope they keep him further.
Fouled away by Tim Anderson. He had an infield single in the second inning and then was caught stealing. Into right field. Phillips is there, and like I said, sometimes a pitcher can lose his rhythm after a long inning.
Nicely done, Junis.
Sometimes.
Time for the Miller Hold True moment. Man, nothing we like talking about more with the Royals offense than frenzy style hitting from the right side, from the left side. Timely, 1 outs, 2 outs, it doesn't matter. They are getting the pitch they want, they're competing in their at-bats, and they're helping Jake Junis get back in that win column. Beautiful thing.
Tyler Danish is a Chevy call to the bullpen. The right-hander will get Mondesi, Merrifield, and Gordon.
Danish, young 23-year-old lad. Look at him. He's just in his third game. He features a good, hard, cutting, sinking fastball, 88 to 94 with velocity. Look at that. Wow. That had some good sink. Slider, change. He's a ground ball type pitcher.
That big inning, that 5-run fifth, actually began with Mondesi flying out to left field, and now he leads off our sonic slam inning. Richard Hernandez is our contestant from way out in Garden City. If the Royals hit a home run out of the park in this inning, Richard wins $200. A grand slam out of the park, and Richard wins $25 grand from Sonic and the Royals. And this time, Mondesi is on to begin the inning. And he thought about stretching into 2, but Garcia got it back to the infield in time, and Mondesi is 1 for 2 tonight.
Sidearm, little sidearm slider, stayed up in the zone. Here he goes. Watch this. Clean hit. He's going to take off and go, you know what? I can get 2. Watch him round the base. This is what you call making the outfielders stop you. That's the effort you want to see around the base on a routine single. Every time. Nice job. Don't pull the parachute out before you get to first base and Cadillac back to the bag.
Delmonico makes a play in left field. So Witt is out. He is 1 for 4. 1 away in the 6th. Tyler Danish was the White Sox 2nd round pick in 2013. He has kind of a funky delivery.
He does, but he has some tremendous sink to his fastball.
That's deep to right field. Garcia is back and gone. Alex Gordon. Alex Gordon has driven in 4 tonight. He had a 2-run double back in the 3rd inning. He has walked and scored, and now he hits a 2-run blast to right, and the Royals lead is 10-1.
Shock the house. They'll take that lead any day. Alex Gordon knew it. 2-seamer, ball sunk over the right field wall. A nice little load there. Got his hands through the zone. Nice follow through. You know, he has a pretty follow through.
And we have a winner. So congratulations to Richard Hernandez from Garden City. That home run was worth $200. I don't know if it's the drizzle or if it's the score or a combination of both, but about 25% of the crowd just got up and started walking out of the stadium.
Could be a combination of everything. Look at this ball was high. I mean, launch angle 36 degrees. Good stroke.
And now Salvi hit it down around the end of the bat. Caught by Delmonico. That's his first 4 RBI game in almost exactly 2 years. It's his 167th home run. And that places him 2 shy of Hal McRae for 4th in Royals history.
Awesome. Great to see him have a game like that.
Duda, did he check? No. Lucas has driven in a run. He is 1 for 3. And he scored a run. One ball, 1 strike. Royals scored 7 off of starter Dylan Covey. 3 were unearned. They got a run off of reliever Xavier Cedeno last inning. That was unearned. And now a 2-run home run by Alex Gordon after Mondesi's leadoff single. Two and two.
I think Alex Gordon likes hitting in that 2-hole.
And with Alex, that look on his face, Pretty consistent. You would know if he was 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts tonight, or if he had 4 RBIs tonight.
I did see a smile in there on his face, though. But it's already over. What's next? He wants to make a play in left field.
Duda is on with 2 outs. There we go.
Yeah, that's better.
Royals rookies tonight are 4 out of 8. Driving in 3 of the runs, scoring 2. That's Herrera, Phillips, and O'Hearn. And that's the Royals' 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Too low, 2 balls, no strikes.
And just gaining confidence by the game.
Three and out. Three balls, 1 strike on Herrera. His double tonight was as a right-hand batter. That was against Xavier Cedeno, who had just come out of the bullpen to replace Dylan Covey. Back-to-back walks with 2 down.
Danish. I don't know if Rick Renteria can watch this anymore. Here comes Donnie Cooper. 30 years Donnie Cooper's been with the White Sox organization as a pitching coach.
And a challenging year for him. The White Sox have had a lot of problems on the mound this year, in particular with their starting rotation, and his starter goes just 4 1/3 tonight. With Phillips at the plate, let's take a look at tonight's sprint trivia question. With 2 left-hand hitting rookies hitting home runs last night for the Royals. Since 2010, name the American leaguer with the most home runs in his rookie season as a left-hand hitter. Since 2010, the American League rookie with the most home runs as a left-hand hitter. Brett Phillips has 2 hits tonight. He's driven in a run. Sliders outside, ball 1.
Was the Pronk there before that?
Yeah. Yep, that was just 8 years ago. He's been retired for quite a few years.
Okay.
Good guess.
Yeah, big pop. Is there any chance that we could have a hit tonight?
Already?
Yeah, since we have to get it out of the way
It's
here real
okay.
soon.
No. Let's.
You don't want any hits?
No, not yet.
Okay. We have a full inning.
Three balls, 1 strike.
See if Phillips can give him the parting gift. 3-2.
Hit right to Abreu. He'll go to the bag, and that's the inning. The Royals get 2 more on Alex Gordon's home run. 5.5 played in Chicago, and the Royals lead 10-1. run support tonight. Here's his Pizza Ranch for the win pitching line. His first pitch was a home run to right field by Yoan Moncada, but he has set down 13 of the last 15 White Sox hitters, including the last 7. And that's fouled away by Kevin Smith. Junis is pitching in Chicago for the first time in his career. He has lost his last 8 decisions, and I'm sure that Jacob is not blaming his offense because his ERA is just under 7 over that stretch. But he had a total of 12 runs of support in his last 10 starts. Last 10 starts, 8 losses, 12 runs of support, and he has 10 tonight.
Yeah.
He'll get Smith, Moncada, and Sanchez in the 6th inning, and he's just at 56 pitches. Back to the middle. Smith is 1 for 2. And that is just base hit number 5 for the White Sox all night against Junis.
Changeup has just stayed up. Salvi was adamant he wanted to throw that pitch.
Yoan Moncada at the plate has hit a home run, and he is singled. On defense, he made an error which led to 5 runs in the 5th inning. Two and 0. Three balls, no strikes. Junis has not walked a hitter yet tonight. And there's number 1. 2 on, nobody out.
Do you have a show classic car you'd like to show off at the K? Join us for the 9th annual Classic Car Show Sunday, August 26th. Registration includes 2 game tickets, a commemorative T-shirt, and dash plaque, along with entry to the competition. Winners will have an opportunity to drive their car inside the stadium prior to the game. For more information and to register online, visit royals.com/carshow.
Strike 1 on Sanchez, who has doubled and struck out. Oh, and 2. One ball, 2 strikes on Yolmer Sanchez. First time all night the White Sox have had 2 runners on at the same time against Junis. On the ground, foul outside of first base. Got him. Number 4 for Junis tonight. 1 down in the 6th inning.
Slider really tough to hit when it has this kind of downward drop to it. Look at that. It stays up, and then all of a sudden, at the last minute, it just drops off the table.
Ball one on Abreu. Royals have played good defense tonight. Just asked Abreu, who hit one to the gap in left center field in the 4th inning, and Whit Merrifield ran a mile to run it down. Two and 0. Three balls, no strikes. How about we check in on StatCast with that Whit Merrifield play on Abreu?
I think we should. Look where he's playing. Slight opposite field. The ball left the bat. Abreu thought he had it. Whitley had plenty of room and with no problem.
And now Abreu walks to load him up with one out. Junis hadn't walked anybody in the first 5 innings, and now he's walked 2 of the last 3. Pitch count is still in really good shape. Salvador Perez is looking in at Cal Eldred, and Cal some nonverbal communication to Salvi and how they want to pitch to Palka. The dangerous Daniel Palka. He's 0 for 2. And Junis is just not right. Now he has struck out Sanchez, but Sanchez helped him out by swinging at a bad pitch. Salvador Perez goes to Junis, and
I saw Cal Eldred jump off the bench, and I think he wanted to join in on the meeting, and then Ned stopped him for a second and wanted to get on the phone instead.
And Jacob knows what's going on right now. He has a 9-run lead. So his job is to throw strikes. Let the defense do its job. Daniel Palka against the Royals is hitting .500 with a couple of home runs and 8 RBIs. There's a strike, 1-1.
You know, this guy here, he can hit the ball a mile. He's having a nice season, very short, compact swing. Could be dangerous in this situation.
2-1. Brian Flynn is up in the Royals bullpen. Two and 2.
Two and 2 count. I'm going to try to get him to swing a slider. You know he wants to hit. He's a little hitterish. Slider's been working for him. That was the key for him tonight, and it's worked.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Wouldn't just try a little fastball inside. I wouldn't do that. Stay away from him.
Back with a slider, still 3 and 2. way outside for ball 4, and Junis has walked 3. This one with the bases loaded. It is 10-2. And now here comes Cal Eldred.
Yeah, just gotta wonder, you know, all of a sudden, you know, wheels falling off the cart at 77 pitches.
Some pitchers, well, let me say this. Every pitcher loves a big lead. They're never going to turn down a big lead. Some pitchers don't necessarily pitch well with a big lead. You can lose a little bit of your edge. I remember, and this isn't the only guy, but I remember years ago reading a story about Andy Pettitte. He did not like pitching with a big lead because he just felt like he was rushed. Everyone saying, okay, let's go, throw strikes, get this thing over with. And he was a lot more focused when the game was within reach. So it shouldn't be fatigue, as you pointed out, Hud, at 77 pitches,
Yeah.
but maybe just kind of feeling like, hey, come on, let's get this inning over with and get the guys back in the dugout. And sometimes a pitcher can lose himself with that mindset. So now they're loaded up for Abisail Garcia. Inside for ball 1. Garcia struck out and lined to center field. Three walks and a single. One ball, one strike.
That's right. You know, one good pitch down low like that can get him out of the inning. That's what he's got. I'm sure that's what Cal said. Hey, look, well, you can get yourself out. We'd like to see you go another inning or so. This is your game.
Good movement. 1-2. Got him with a slider. Garcia runs, but there's nowhere to go. So a single, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts.
And you know, Garcia, as good a breaking ball hitter as he is, he knew he was going to see a lot of them, but he just couldn't lay off. Again, sharp breaking slider got him.
All 5 of Junis's strikeouts tonight have been with his trademark pitch, his slider. And now Leury Garcia.
385 hitter with a runner out there. He's going to try to put the ball in play somewhere.
Sharply hit, and that'll get a couple more home. So 2 of the 3 walks have scored. It is 10-4.
He's having a solid season.
Ed Yost came out of the dugout and probably just wanted to get word to make sure that Flynn was ready. And Jacob Junis still stands a very good chance of winning for the first time since the middle of May, but he's not feeling very good right now, departing after his team led by 9 when the inning began. So it's Brian Flynn, a 2 on, 2 out in the 6th inning. first two hitters he faced tonight. Then he retired 13 of 15. The Royals piled up the runs, but he hit a wall here in the 6th, and he's out. Our second annual Healthcare Services Night is back at Kauffman Stadium on Tuesday, August 14th. Purchase your theme ticket to receive an exclusive Cherokee brand Royals scrub top and watch the Royals take on the Blue Jays at 7:15. Royals.com/theme tickets. Brian Flynn's first pitch is in for a strike to Nicky Delmonico.
Big left-hander's having an outstanding season. Good first batter efficiency and taking care of him. Doesn't need a double play. Ned brings him in lots of times to roll him up. Hard, heavy sinker. Ball's caught.
Yep. Which there to end the inning, but the White Sox bat 8 and score 3. So a 9-run game is now a 6-run game. That was a huge hit. A 2-out, 2-run double for Alex Gordon. That put the Royals in front 2-1. And it really got the Royals going. The Royals added a run in the 4th inning and then scored 5, thanks in large part to a double play that the White Sox did not turn. And then 2 in the 6th on Alex Gordon's home run. So it's 10-4 Royals to the top of the 7th inning. Jacob Junis gave up 4 runs in 5 2/3, but only 1 run over his first 5 innings. So Gordon and a couple of rookies, Phillips and Herrera, have had good nights. And here's Vieira to pitch the top of the 7th inning. He'll get O'Hearn, Escobar, and Mondesi. .99 miles an hour. Vieira, a couple of years ago in the Arizona Fall League, was clocked at 103.
Turn it up.
Let's revisit our sprint trivia question. Since 2010, name the American leaguer with the most home runs in his rookie season as a left-hand batter. We have been given a big clue. It's an American League West player.
I thought about Odor, the second baseman, but he didn't.
Yeah, that wasn't.
He didn't start hitting homers till after his 2nd or 3rd year. So that can't work.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Thiago Vieira from Brazil. First taken by the Seattle Mariners. Made his big league debut last year. Pitched one game against the Orioles. And like a lot of guys with an arm like his and triple digits, 100, 101, 102, 103 miles an hour. What got him to the big leagues was throwing strikes, getting his mechanics under control, and not trying to throw 102 or 103 miles an hour.
Yep, says, you know, he has a power slider and a changeup he's working on. And a splitter. So really, when you throw that hard, all you really need is a slider. Fastball slider. He's going to be a back end bullpen guy.
Three and two. Vieira is the 5th Brazilian-born player to get to the big leagues, a list which includes Paulo Orlando. One hop to Abreu. Vieira gets to the bag in front of O'Hearn. So he's 1 for 3, and there's one down in the 7th inning. AL West, Hud.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Can't think of anybody on the Astros. Mariners.
Nope, Josh Reddick didn't have that kind of pop. How about the rookie first baseman for the Oakland A's? Well, he's not a rookie this year, but last year he was.
Olsen.
Yep.
It's not a record, just the most home runs since 2010 by an American League rookie.
Is he still active?
He is still active.
Thank you, that helps.
Garcia makes a play. Now we have one out to guess.
Yep. Oh, I don't know.
I don't even know if they gave us the team, if I could think of who it was.
Exactly.
You give up? All right, what's the team? This won't count. Oakland A's. Trying to think of. Maybe it is Olsen last year. Well, we've already conceded, haven't we?
No.
No?
Never
Oh,
conceded.
we haven't? Okay, all right. Matt Olsen. Correct.
Ding, 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 ding.
I don't know if we can we claim that with hints
Why
like
not?
that?
That was a legitimate
Well,
guess.
we asked for the team, though. I mean,
yeah, we can claim it. They're beating us.
I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep tonight if we claim that as a win, but Kevin Cedergren says he's going to give it to us. Mondesi has scored twice tonight. 100 miles an hour. 3 up, 3 down against Vieira. It is stretch time in Chicago. Flynn back to the mound. The Royals lead 10-4. Fox Sports Kansas City crew, John Walston, who usually works the camera just outside the Royals dugout and is known for his vast array of caps.
Yeah, you can have a seat, John.
What's that one there?
Good to see you, buddy.
Is that some sort of?
It's an M. It's an M hat.
Well, I know that, Hud, but I mean, what's the M for?
I don't know.
Milwaukee, Marquette. Somebody text John and find out what that hat is. What did he have? Maybe he had a Supersonics hat. Remember?
He did.
Impressive.
And he had a Milwaukee Bucks hat.
Milwaukee Bucks hat. He had an all black hat one night, you know, all black, no logo, which is always the cap that a guy wears when he robs a store. And they do the composite sketch. Yeah. Always has that blank black cap on. Brian Flynn got the last out of the 6th inning for Jacob Junis. That's a fair ball past the diving Herrera. And Tim Anderson is on with a leadoff double. That's his 2nd hit of the night. Here's our minor league spotlight. And let's talk about Nicky Lopez. We had a lot of fun watching him in big league spring training this year. Nicky started the year at AA Northwest Arkansas. Now in his last 10 games at AAA, he is hitting .474. He was the Royals' 5th round pick a couple of years ago out of Creighton. And Nicky is from Illinois.
Nice player. Exciting. Got a lot of tools.
One strike on Kevin Smith. He is 1 for 2 with a run scored.
Is it possible that Nicky could be, I mentioned a name for you, or should I not even throw that name out when I mentioned it earlier today? David Eckstein. Eckstein wasn't real big, but he had a big heart. He knew how to play the game. And he ended up being a world champion 2 times as a shortstop.
Well, I think Nicky could post up David Eckstein.
Yeah.
Because he's 5'11", 175.
Okay.
But I get your point.
Yep. That's a compliment to Nicky, by the way.
Is he on 2 World Series teams?
0-2 Angels and the Redbirds. MVP. World Series.
Back to the middle, and Escobar short hops and throws out Smith. Anderson goes to 3rd. 1 out. And now Yohan Moncada. We mentioned it when he came to the plate last inning. Before he walked and scored as a hitter, 2 for 2 with a home run, 2 runs scored, an RBI, but he made a critical error on what could have been an inning-ending double play in the 5th inning. The Royals would have been scoreless in that 5th inning, but that was a springboard, and the Royals scored 5. Take away 5, and now it's a 5-4 game, not a 10-4 game.
Whoops. Didn't see it in his glove. Got to get 1 before you can get 2.
And that ball was hit by Salvador Perez, so, and it was hit hard by Salvador Perez, so even if he takes his time to get that ball up there, he still has enough time to set his feet and throw to first. 2-1. He has committed 16 errors this year, the most by a major league second baseman.
There's been some early rumblings about him playing 3rd base possibly in the future.
2 off seasons ago when he was acquired from the Red Sox organization for Chris Sale. Many didn't regard him as the Red Sox #1 prospect, but some said he was the #1 prospect in baseball, period. 3-2. Out. And a strikeout. And for Moncada, that is number 145 this year. Tied for the most in baseball.
Good pitch down in the zone. Excellent job by Flynn using that 6'7" height advantage to get that angle down.
Yolmer Sanchez hits it to Mondesi. So Flynn navigates around the leadoff double, and at the end of 7, it's still 10-4 KC. Keller will go for the Royals. Reynaldo Lopez for Chicago. Tomorrow's a day game, so we're on the air at 12:30 Kansas City time with Price Chopper Royals Live. The first pitch is at 1:10, and if the Royals hang on, they'll be going for a sweep. If the Royals won last night 4-2 and now lead 10-4 into the 8th inning tonight. Our University of Kansas Health System injury report update. And it was rumored that Johnny Cueto's elbow injury would require surgery, and the Giants confirmed that today. He'll have Tommy John surgery tomorrow and could miss what would be the last 2 years of his contract. Got a 5-year deal with the Giants. This was year 3.
Huh. Well, he's lasted a long time without having it.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Holtze looked it up. It's a 6-year contract, so who knows? The Giants may get another year out of him. Center field, Garcia comes up and makes a play on Witt. Witt's 1 for 5 tonight. And there's 1 out in the 8th inning. If the Royals hit a triple in tonight's game, the Kansas City Honda dealers will make a $1,000 donation to the KC Urban Youth Academy.
Johnny Cueto has pitched 11 years in the majors. First Tommy John. It's a pretty good track record, pretty good run.
Moncada throws out Alex Gordon, who's had a big night. Alex has a home run, a double, 4 RBIs, 2 runs scored. 2 down in the 8th. Salvador Perez is 0 for 4, but was at the plate for the key play of the game tonight, when he grounded to third and the White Sox did not turn an inning-ending double play. In fact, they didn't get 1 out on the play. It would have ended the inning, but Moncada didn't receive the throw from the third baseman Sanchez, and the Royals went on to score 5. And now a smash into left field. A sliding cutoff by Delmonico. And then the ball got away from him, and Salvi has a double. That's his first hit of the series.
Yep, he finally got a fastball he can handle. 104 exit velo off of that swing. Nice little load with the hips. Throw the head of the bat. 97-mile-an-hour fastball supply that power.
Thiago Vieira is gone, and it's Hector Santiago to face Lucas Duda.
Lead. It's a whole new ball game with RBI Baseball 18. RBI Baseball 18 delivers an all-new franchise mode and much more. RBI Baseball 18 is available now. Learn more at rbigame.com. Rated E for everyone.
Hector Santiago with a runner at second, 2 down. Lucas Duda fouls it away. His ERA is 5.57. Some of that has to do with walks. 42 walks in 72 2/3 innings. 15 home runs in 72 2/3 innings.
Yep. It's not overpowering anybody. He's got to locate.
Santiago is back with the White Sox. That's his original organization, a 30th round pick. And he made his big league debut against the Royals in 2011, which was a year that most of the Royals championship core was called up for the first time. And first batter that Hector Santiago faced was Eric Hosmer, and he struck him out. Eric Hosmer's in town, by the way. The San Diego Padres are here to open a series with the Cubs tomorrow.
Yeah.
Still 0-2. All 9 Royals have either scored a run or driven in a run. Whit Merrifield has scored a run. Alex Gordon, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. Salvador Perez has scored a run. Duda, run scored RBI. Herrera, run scored RBI. Phillips, run scored RBI. O'Hearn has driven in a run. Escobar has scored a run. Mondesi has scored 2 runs.
Yep, excellent job. Frenzy style hitting tonight for sure.
Had him reaching. And Anderson out from short is called off by Delmonico. To the bottom of the 8th. Royals lead 10-4. Here comes Glenn Sparkman. With a 10-4 lead to the bottom of the 8th. Refreshing saves from Price Chopper and Aquafina. Sign up at mypricechopper.com/saves to save on Aquafina when the Royals get a save. Glenn Sparkman on for the 6th time this year. And he'll get Abreu, Palka, and Garcia. Avisail Garcia.
Sparkman, he's enjoying any opportunity he can. Facing a pretty good hitter like Abreu, I'll say it's a test. Good stuff. That's slider. Fastball 90 to 95. Slider curve change, 4 pitches.
And 2 on Abreu. That foul ball got Salvador Perez.
Before the game, I was talking with some of the young rookie pitchers. We were talking about the subject was the baseball, your first strikeout, or your first win, or whatever ball that you might have. And for Sparkman, I asked him, Keller, a few of those guys, hey, do you have your strikeout ball? Of course we do. Has it been written up? I mean, have you got the date on it? Who the hitter was? Any of that? No. Can't tell you I have. Well, don't let the time pass or you forget that. You want to make sure to write that ball up. And Sparkman, he said, He's got his all done. Sandy Leon was Sparkman's first strikeout on July 8th versus the Red Sox. And he'll want that.
Line to center field. Witt dives, and it skips by him and goes to the fence. Abreu's at second base with nobody out.
Whitley came in. He knew it was going to be a sure double if he missed it because of Phillips and his ability to back up. Look at him. He's right there. Phillips is. He was hustling all the way. Whitley, good try. Ball had some sink to it. 31st double on the year.
Not a bad attempt.
No,
I mean, it's a hit either way.
Yeah, no, I thought it was okay.
I mean, if it was a one-run game or a tie game, it'd be a little different situation.
Yeah. 6 runs is good. Nobody out.
Fastball by Sparkman. Salvador Perez, very emphatic. He liked that pitch. 0-1 to Palka, who's 0 for 2 with a bases loaded walk.
Salvador Perez has a lot to do with these young pitchers' development as well.
Chop to the left side, and Herrera with Duda falling down, but he kept his foot on the bag. The White Sox will want to take another look. Palka walks to first and stands there. He thinks this is going to be overturned.
Well, Duda does this well. Rosie rushed it a little bit, and Duda lays out, and was he able to keep that right foot on?
Did.
I think he did. He's good at that play. We've seen him make a few of those this year.
And now Palka is told by his dugout to head back, and there's one down.
He's got to go. Duda again showing the fancy footwork over there at first base. We saw it early in this game. Been some good defense tonight.
Runner at third, 1 out. And caught by Mondesi. That was a shot off the bat of Garcia, but the Royals were lined up perfectly.
Oh, man. That had a little extra velo on that. Oh, he barreled it. Mondesi caught that in the webbing. That ball was hit at a 104 off the bat.
Larry Garcia. There's a base hit to left field. That gets Abreu to the plate. It's 10-5.
And Leary again with a hit with a runner in scoring position. He's tough.
Driven in 3 tonight.
Yeah. Sparkman, he's coming out there. He's doing the best he can with this lead to fill the strike zone up, but they're hitting it. I'd rather do that than walk the house.
Hello to Nicky Delmonico. Nothing out of 3 tonight. On the ground to Mondesi. Well, the White Sox get 1 in the bottom of the 8th. On to the 9th, and now the Royals lead is 5. It's brought to you by Ford, going further so you can. It was a 1-0 White Sox lead, and then in a flash a 10-1 Royals lead, and now it's 10-5 to the top of the 9th.
Join Fox Sports Kansas City at the Kansas City Marathon on Saturday, October 20th. Distance options include a 5K, 10K, and half and full marathons. All runners receive a t-shirt and finisher's medal, along with free food and free beer. After the race, start your training and get registered at kcmarathon.org.
Hector Santiago finished off the Royals in the 8th. He'll get Herrera, Phillips, and O'Hearn, the 3 rookies, in the 9th inning. They have combined to drive in 3 of the runs. Change up. Some say it's a screwball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Herrera. And when you throw a screwball, that will fade away. Sometimes the right-hand batter will have a tendency to lean in to get that pitch out over the plate. And Santiago, he had the right idea.
Yeah, 91, that's a little bit too high, too close for comfort up there around the chin.
Larry Garcia is there in center field. 1 out in the 9th. Tonight's copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Kansas City Royals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Kansas City Royals Baseball Club. Inside Guaranteed Rate Field. Phillips takes low. Ryan Lefevre, Rex Hudler with Joe Goldberg and Jeff Montgomery. Director Steve Kurtenbach. Producer Kevin Cedergren. Associate producers Al Broughton, Sam Abramson, Dave Holtzman. And the producer of Royals Live is Casey Carter. 2-0 on Phillips. Sanchez runs to the tarp, but it's into the 4th row. And now it's into the 8th row, 9th row.
Make somebody happy anyway.
He did not realize he was on television when he did that.
Yep.
2-2 on Phillips. He has 2 hits tonight.
You know, this young man here, not only is he going to entertain folks on the field, but he's going to be good with us too, because he's all about smiling, sharing. He's free-spirited. He's going to be a lot of fun. You know, in our yard, as big as it is, the way he can run down balls out there, this is going to be a lot of fun to watch this young man go. He's quite a talented kid. Uh-oh.
It's the second time he's been called out on a pitch up. That one was on the edge of the strike zone. 2 down in the 9th. And now Ryan O'Hearn, who homered last night, picked up an RBI single with 2 outs in the 4th inning tonight. Two and 0. Coming back our way. Come on, Hud.
Didn't even get out of my seat.
You've changed.
Now that was 10 feet from us.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, you know, we used to get a few balls, foul balls at the K, but they raised the net up high where we don't hardly get them anymore. Hadn't been lucky enough in any other ballpark. Ooh.
Santiago strikes out 2 in a 1-2-3 9th inning. Brandon Maurer will get the bottom of the 9th. The Royals lead by 5.
One of his best games of the year. He has really been on a roll over the last 5 since the doubleheader in New York. Joel Goldberg by the Royals dugout, and coming up with Jeff Montgomery on Boulevard Royals Live, we'll talk about the offense and that big 5-run explosion taking care of the White Sox in the 5th inning, plus more on Alex Gordon's night. We'll talk about Jacob Junis, hear from Ned Yost, and get you ready for the series finale tomorrow. That and more coming up on Boulevard Royals Live.
And if the Royals can prevent the White Sox from scoring 6 in this inning, they'll be going for a sweep tomorrow.
Well,
Brandon Maurer gets Anderson, Smith, and Moncada.
yeah,
Sorry, Head.
No. Maurer, this is an opportunity for him to take advantage of his last outing in New York. His last pitch was he threw at 100 miles an hour.
You thought you saw some attitude when he came off the mound.
I did, and I liked it. I brought it up to him, and he said, "You know what? I've got to start really executing, and I think a lot of it's attitude. I got to get nasty out there." He's got nasty stuff.
Tim Anderson has 2 hits. (101 miles an hour).
That's nasty. Got a handful of those guys. That's it.
Royals are going for their second back-to-back road wins of the year. That's chopped foul. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Royals won 3 in a row on the road back in May. They're going for their first series victory against the White Sox this year. Got him.
Nice. And that's what Ned thinks that Maurer should be using more of. Says, you know, he's got a plus fastball, and all the hitters know it. But his slider is really good. It's a tough one. And this is well placed. Great spot.
.98 on the inside edge to Kevin Smith. And now down and away, just missed. Slider grounded to Herrera, who makes a nice backhand stop, and then a strike over to Duda.
How about that arm strength? Look at that energy. Okay, ready position. This is not an easy play by any means. Ball came up, stuck right in his glove, right over the top. Liked it. And you know, when the inning started, you know how Rosie runs on the field, it hustles, sprints out on the field. Mondesi was sprinting with them. It's like they were racing out there. It's great to see young energy.
Yoan Moncada had a good night at the plate, and he had a rough night in the field, and we've been telling you about the error that he made in the 5th inning on a potential inning-ending double play where the Royals would have been scoreless, but because of the error, the Royals scored 5 in the inning. And there was an error back in the 3rd inning, which was charged to Covey, but wasn't a terribly difficult play for Moncada, who was covering at first base on a bunt.
No, his easy routine pick.
Only the Texas Rangers have more errors in the American League than the White Sox this year.
And what was nice was to see Junis go out there and throw 8 pitches and get right out of that inning.
Moncada had to be told that that was ball 4. Different era, Hud. Different era.
Yep.
But I know what you're thinking, because I was thinking the same thing. You make a big error, which is the play of the game. And the difference between 10-5 and 5-5 right now, if you forget the count, I don't know if that's the time to be laughing over at first base because you lost the count.
Nope. He's pretty comfortable because they're rebuilding and they know he's one of the main players.
And despite all the strikeouts and his problems on defense this year, that by all accounts, he's running. He's a good kid. Teammates like him.
Yep.
And when he was traded to the White Sox a couple off seasons ago, we were talking about this a couple of innings ago, some thought he was the best prospect in baseball.
It's going to show up. It'll come. He just got to grow up a little bit and turn up that focus some. He'll get there. He's too talented not to.
The difference between Yoán Moncada's situation right now and Gleyber Torres and Miguel Andujar. In Chicago, in a rebuild, this guy is one of the centerpieces. I mean, the spotlight's on him every day because how he does is going to have a lot to do with how the White Sox do. The other guys can just blend in.
And they are blending in with the best of them.
Alex Gordon drove in 4, and all 9 Royals either scored a run or drove in a run. And the Royals win a series on the road, and they have a chance for a sweep tomorrow afternoon. And it was that 5-run 5th inning. Royals cashed in that opportunity after the error by Moncada. Final score 10-5. And Jacob Junis picks up the win. He had lost his last 8 decisions, covering 10 starts. So he gets his first win since May the 18th in his Chicago debut, growing up about 115 miles from here.
That was really fresh. Good to see. Got him some run support. There was some frenzy hit by the Royals offense tonight, and can't wait to come back tomorrow and see if they can sweep White Sox.
And it wasn't Junis's best line.